And I'm Alex.
And this is The Arnold! We'll get something from there. Hello guys, I'm with my dear friend Alex. Alex, you want to say something?
I've been a fan of the podcast for so long. It's like kind of cool to actually be here in front of the camera. Hopefully it's a good episode.
Yeah, we're talking about growth. I've known Alex since middle school, but we kind of like became friends in high school. And then since then our friendship has developed. So we're really talking about growth from your teens to your 20s. Mm-hmm. Alex has grown a lot since our teenage years, like
I think I was good. Now I'm becoming great. I wouldn't say I was bad though.
I wouldn't say he was bad. He was just a lot different, just a lot different.
For sure. No, undoubtedly. You want me to expand on that some more?
Yeah, you can.
I think, there's definitely a culture shock of whenever you grow up in Columbus, especially in like a higher socioeconomic status area compared to people that look like us. And then you leave to go to these places where you see more people of like that looks like us that are succeeding in their careers or their families are at least succeeding. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, dang, I've just been wrong. I've been blinded by this little ignorance world I've been living in. And it's been different for sure. And it's definitely been great to an extent.
Yeah. And a little bit of context, me and Alex both went to HBCUs. He went to Morehouse, I went to Hampton. And in our town, in Columbus, like HBCUs weren't talked about a lot. Like
at all.
Yeah, like when you're in high school and stuff, they're trying to, they have a lot of career fairs and stuff like that and have colleges come in and talk to you and stuff. But they had no HBCUs. Like HBCUs was not like a common topic. Like a lot of people that are from this town go to schools in this town. And I knew for a fact I did not want to do that. Both of my parents went to HBCUs and I was just like, I
think it was really eye-opener for me whenever I told like my professor or teachers at the period, I was like, yeah, I'm going to Morehouse. They're like, oh, the school in Tennessee? Like, that's Morehead. Yeah. It's just for context. And like Morehouse, in terms of what it means for Black people, is actually a great school. It's uplifted my community in a lot of different areas of life. And for my teachers to not even acknowledge, it's like, okay, it's a good school, or like, I've never heard of it, or why would you want to go to an HBCU? It's very, disappointing in hindsight, but I would encourage anybody now to pursue a higher education. Yeah.
And if you're Black, I would say pursue a HBCU for sure. Like, it just teaches you so many things and you just learn so much. Like, what would you say, like, how did Morehouse help you grow into the person that you are now?
I think you could agree with this in terms of how, like, we're talking about growth today. I was never the person academically inclined to be successful. Never. I was smart. Would you agree with that?
See, I don't even know, like, in high school, I didn't know that aspect of you. All I knew was, like, you just goofed around
I goofed around. Like
that's all
My teachers, I would say I wasn't even a good athlete, but they never saw more of me than being just an athlete. And so they never felt inclined to actually get me to my potential academically. I got to Morehouse, and the first thing my professors ever called me was a scholar. And I felt like that's the crown that was placed above me, and I grew into that. Granted, I wasn't a Rhodes Scholar, but I challenged myself and I pushed myself to be more intellectually better. And once you see yourself as being a scholar, I promise you, life just becomes different because you're capable of being great and being able to pursue things in this life that you never thought of.
So you think you would say like Morehouse helped you grow from the aspect of just being, what would you say? Like just growing in knowledge? Growing in knowledge.
I studied philosophy and political science to an extent, and even the aspect of knowing what it means to study political science. If you would have asked me in high school, I would have been like, I have no clue what I want to learn. And then it taught me to learn about international relations, where I've actually gone to the Middle East and studied and seen different cultures. And even seeing different cultures in different parts of the world, bringing it back to just Georgia in general, different. Because you think living in Columbus, this is everything. And I think we had literally just talked about that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think we both had an understanding that Columbus was not where we wanted to say. Like, I think we knew that, but a lot of people in this town just like think Columbus is the best thing ever. And for some people it is the best thing, but like I just think we just came from different backgrounds, I guess, and have an understanding that we just wanted more than what was in Columbus.
I'd say, in a very politically correct way of saying it, this town has a lot to offer to some people, but the people that it's catered for isn't for us.
Yeah.
And as beautiful as what it was, it's not where I am now.
Yeah. Columbus, being in Columbus, not just Columbus, I guess, the 4 years that I spent at Hampton, like, I think when I was at Hampton, I had a perception of who I was. I thought I knew exactly who I was. I thought I was like at this high standard that I thought, but like after graduating, it showed me like, wow, like you're just now touching the surface of who you want to be. Like,
no, literally. I would say this, like this is a little admiration for you, Kennedy. That like Kennedy had a good set of friends in high school, friends that were a little diverse and actually more people that looked like her. Yeah. But my experience in both middle school and the high school sense, it's just like I may have had one or two friends throughout my whole academic career.
Talking about like black
friends. Black friends. Like I consider James and Fred like those only two like people I actually knew and actually like, we kind of grew up in the same sense, but it's just like going to Morehouse and actually getting more genuine friends. It was different. Go
ahead.
Yeah, no, I'll be a little vulnerable here. It's just like hindsight, looking back at it, it was fun, but it wasn't where I needed to be or the people I needed to be around in order to be the man that I need to become.
Yeah, I think, I keep going back to HBCU because that's just like such a big part of it. Like you realize there's levels to friendship and you understand, okay, well, I do know a large community at my HBCU. I know a lot of people there, but like it's levels to friendship. You may have those friends that like they're strictly on a academic level. Like these are my friends who are in my major that we hang out to like, pursue that major together. Or you have those friends where y'all strictly just go to the club or hang out, like, go out to parties and stuff. And then you have those core friends where it's like, no matter what it is, like I can come to you, and I think I've developed those relationships all throughout college, where in high school I did have like good friends and I still have a lot of core friends, Alex, Maja, James, Jada. Like there's so many people that I'm still friends with from this town, but it's just like a little bit different.
A little different, yeah. And I think the older we get, we got to realize that, maintaining friendships is hard. A lot of people are in different stages of life. But I'm like, even on an HBCU sense of what friendship looks like, in context of today, it's the week of Thanksgiving. Yeah, am I able to say that?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's Thanksgiving, but y'all probably won't see this.
You probably won't see it till later.
Yeah.
But I have a really close friend of mine. He's an Alpha. I'm a Q, if you know what that is. If you don't, please, look it up. But he lives all the way in Chicago, but he's originally from New Orleans. I have my girlfriend in town all the way from California. He unfortunately lost his dad last Wednesday or Thursday. And just very out of nowhere, wasn't expected. And I know for a fact me and Kendall are going to spend our Saturday, the day before she leaves, at his funeral in Louisiana. Mm-hmm. And we're going to have to make that trip. But like those are the things when I say about friendship. Mm-hmm. And when I talk about growth too in the whole grand scheme of things, if you would have asked me 6 years ago, would I ever show up? I would have showed up for a friend. But I think it means more now knowing that I'm going to show up with an open heart and sincerity, being able to be there for him. Not just because, let me go to Louisiana, but I actually want to mourn and feel how you're feeling because this is a very hard time for you. So there is growth. Actually, I pull out a Bible verse.
Go ahead.
Not to turn this into a Bible study, but I think even when I talked to Kennedy I wanted to talk about growth and what that means. There's levels to it, both on a spiritual level, friendship level. And then for me, when I talk about a religious level, what comes to mind is Malachi 3:3, and I'm going to state it, and hopefully we can have like a little back and forth about it. It says a divine figure will sit as a refiner and purifier of silver to cleanse the sons of Levi and to refine them like gold and silver. And just to break that down a little bit, I have a coin collection.
Okay.
Silver and gold, by the way. But
didn't know that. But
really big. I actually got to show you afterwards.
Okay.
But in the hindsight of what it means to purify and sit as a refiner is, whenever you melt down such precious metals like gold and silver.
Diamonds.
Diamonds, yeah. I don't think you can melt down diamonds.
Well, you purify them through. Okay, maybe I'll cut that out.
You grind them, but for silver and gold specifically, you have to put it in the hottest part of a fire in order to melt it down, and you're not going to be able to know it's done until you can see its image in you. And so when I talk about growth, I've noticed that I've been put in a lot of situations where I shouldn't have made it out. In 16, I was in a really bad accident and I walked out miraculously. Same thing happened while I was in undergrad. I was in a car full of people and we all fell asleep one day and we were all okay at the end of the day. And so when I think about like the challenges and tribulations that God continued to put me in, I always think maybe there's something bigger in the story and that he puts me in these challenges where he's making me to be more in his image. And that's what that verse speaks to me on.
See, I can agree with that. Not in the sense of like traumatic accidents like that, but like, especially at this part of my life, like trying to figure out even stuff with this show, stuff with like other things I want to do in life. Like it's just been like trial after trial after trial. Like I would almost say like heartbreak because it's like so frustrating or so hard, but it's like, I'm finally at a point where I'm experiencing that, and that's simply because like I'm putting my all into everything. Like everything that I do now, I'm trying to do with purpose. I'm trying to make sure like there's a point, a reason behind, you know, like everything that I'm doing. And because of that, it's just a little bit harder. In college, like I just did things because I wanted to have fun. And you know, life was easy on some levels because of that. Like it was easy in the sense of like caring on, you know what I'm saying?
You know, I get what you're saying. Also, I just think it's still admirable because right now you're I wouldn't call it a struggle, but you're able to be in the struggle of your choosing, being able to figure out what this, you know, passion of art is for you. And not everybody has that. And even you are growing little by little into becoming an even better host, editor, videographer, and everything in all aspects of what this, you know, podcast is. And it's beautiful. And I want to commend you again.
Appreciate
for
you,
following
Alex.
your dreams. Not everybody has the heart to do that.
Speaking of dreams, Alex is pursuing law.
I am pursuing law.
Studying for the LSAT and just, you know, going down that path.
Luckily enough, I already took the LSAT.
You did take it.
I took it in September 4th. I actually just submitted all my applications, October 14th? But yeah, in a non-traditional sense, again, I would have never thought about pursuing law or even just a higher degree of education.
Really?
Yeah, no. At high school, I thought maybe I'll go to college, and I only would go to college to play baseball. And luckily enough, fortunately enough, graduate and just, you know, make it by. But now it's like I'm coming for everything that this world has to offer. I want to get a doctorate degree.
So what made you like want to make that transition into law, like that transition into law? Like what made you want to pursue that?
I will say it's solely, Morehouse is a great school. It produces, I think, the most amount of lawyers and doctors per capita for Black people. And Morehouse, our education is built on building a principle of educating Black people on where we've been and where we can be. You know, learning about the past. It's not a good past for Black people, but learning about what it takes for us to advocate for each other.
I love that. You can keep going. I'm sorry.
Keep going. No, you're good. And so like for me, like again, I never grew up in a sense of being around the Black community solely heartedly, but even being in Columbus, you know, you hear about how this is a bad town, or you hear about there's things that makes this beautiful city not so beautiful. And I want to be able to one day foster a community that's inclusive for everybody, and where Black kids and brown kids are able to know that they don't have to just go to high school and get a job at McDonald's or just get a GED in order to survive. Like I want people to know that they're able to accomplish things in this life that people don't look like us typically do.
Yes, that's I didn't know like that was your reason for a while. I wondered if that was your reason, but I never knew. And just hearing that is so good because like a lot of the things that I want to do moving forward, like even this show, like this is to promote Black businesses, Black brands. You know, obviously right now I'm just getting started and, you know, doing it with a lot of people who, you know, like I know, but like in the future, like I want to be able to take someone who has a business, a good business idea, but they may not have the money or the platform. Have them come on the show. People that look like us, have them come on the show, and you know, hopefully, like it grows from there. Like that is really the point of this, and even other things that I want to do in the future. Like it's just for promoting Black just the Black culture, like changing the negative aspects into something like positive, like, you know, what we see on a daily, but like what others may not.
I'm gonna
see.
say, especially at HBCU, you see greatness every day.
Every single, you wake up and you see different aspects of greatness. I mean, like so much talent, so many gifts being portrayed in different ways. Like it's literally so amazing. And I will go down this tangent for a long time. But like, if you are Black and you want to pursue, you know, going to college, like I would really say look into an HBCU. It doesn't even matter. Like at this point, like I don't care which one you go to. Hampton is the best, but I would just say look into all of them. Alex, I'm not having this conversation with you. What?
What? No, this is actually going to be motivational to us.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
I was going to say, you know, at Northside High School, the school we went to, there was a period where I wanted to become a doctor. I remember I told somebody that, and the teacher laughed. Like they said that's not possible. Like they casted a doubt upon me, and when you have that doubt in your own mind, it makes it impossible. That when I got to Morehouse and I told them, I want to pursue a higher degree than just an undergrad. They gave me a whole bunch of resources. They said, this is what you need to do. And they gave me a program of how to get there. And that's the difference. And that little bit of motivation to help along the way literally makes a huge difference at the end of the day. It
does. You gotta be careful who you tell your dreams and your goals to. You really gotta surround yourself with people who want to see you win. And like not only want to see you win, but like that could possibly help you get there or support you in some type of way.
No, literally, it takes literally one email, one phone call, one text.
Like I came and I was talking to Alex's mom, and he was like, "Oh, my daughter has a podcast," and you know, I started talking to his sister and stuff, and it's like connections can be built like that.
Just like that.
Like,
and you actually I don't think my sister might have remembered the time y'all met, but then when you had like left for a quick second, I called her. She's like, "Oh my gosh, I remember her. She was so much fun." And I'm pretty sure a friendship may form out of that, you know?
Yeah. And I never know what like will come out of that, you know? I'm definitely going to connect with her. And one thing with me is like, I don't know how you are, but like with going to HBCU, you have resources at your availability, so easy. But the part like that I'm learning now is that when you connect with someone, it starts as small talk, and then which is the part I hate. I've always hated talking to strangers and it being small talk. But what I've learned is like it'll start as small talk, but then you'll get to a point where it's like, oh, we're having a conversation that I enjoy.
No, for sure. I will say I think in terms of talking to strangers, you're better.
Really?
I would say that, but I think in terms of building good relationships, I think we both flourish in that aspect. Like, for example, at Hampton, they have this thing called 100 days. Can you explain what that is?
Okay, so 100 days is basically a Hampton holiday where it's just 100 days before seniors graduate. Everybody like skips class and just has a good time.
And for me, you know, I'm all the way down in Atlanta, Georgia at Morehouse, but fortunately enough, I am a Q. And our thing is, you know, friendship is essential to the soul. So we build friendships literally in every undergraduate campus that we can. And I remember we got a text saying, "Hey, we're going to 100 days. This is my line, brother." And I'm like, "Where is that at?" Hampton. I said, "Hampton. I know somebody at Hampton."
Yeah.
My good friend Kennedy.
Yep. Alex came. He stayed with me, y'all. He stayed on the floor. Like I gave him an air mattress to sleep on, and he was just like,
okay. So he's gonna say she didn't give me the pump. Let's put it out there.
No, I think it was a plug. It wasn't a pump. I'm pretty sure it was a plug-in. I'm almost sure you plug it into the thing.
I think we're both grown enough to be vulnerable and be honest with each other. I really thought you would have slept on the mattress.
I don't know why he would thought that. I said, I don't know where you're gonna sleep, Alex, but yeah, you can come. He said, "Oh, I'll figure it out."
I'll figure it out. Yeah. And then I didn't figure it out.
He didn't. He slept. No, but the thing is, I gave him the resources. I said, "Here's the air mattress. Blow it up." I'm not blowing it up for you. I gave you the air mattress. You can blow it up yourself. You're grown. Okay. He pulled the air mattress out, put it on the ground, and I wake up and he's sleeping on the air mattress, but it's not, he did not blow it up. Like, I was like, oh my God. But yeah, he came, he spent time and he got to see Hamp a little bit. You know, I went to Morehouse. And that's like, it's just so simple how you build connections just like that. Like,
and literally, I think you've came to Atlanta multiple times. She's been over to our house before where I was living with my fraternity brothers, or even just hung out with my friends from undergrad. And it still felt like, hopefully like a safe space.
No, yeah, it was definitely, it really felt like home. Like, it felt like I'm back at Hampton. You know what I mean? Like,
second nature.
It's all HBCUs are connected by, I guess, love and by just the culture. The culture holds us together. Like, in every aspect. Even though social media, like Black Talk, like Black TikTok, you can see how we're connected on there. Like, our culture is so strong, but we're just really want like our culture to grow in the aspect of just like being, I guess, like, I don't know, what would you say? Like, we want our culture to grow in the aspect of
being able to do whatever we want to do.
Being able to do what we want to do, getting rid, like, not even necessarily getting rid of the negative connotations, but like overcoming certain standards that we put on ourselves or that other people have placed on us. And by other people, I mean like the white culture or white people that we want to overcome. We want to overcome the what is it called?
I would say eradicate all stereotypes. Yes. Anything necessary.
All stereotypes that were placed on us. Like, we're trying to overcome like all of those negative things. Black people are ghetto. Black people are hood. They can't be doctors. They can't be this. Like, yes, we can. We've done it multiple times. And it'll be those things
where it's just like a little bit of cultural appropriation where it's cool if you do it, but if I do it, it's a bad thing. And I really hate that stigma. I remember one day when I played baseball, you know, just showing a little bit of emotion as a Black kid, you already get negative as being a angry person. But, you know, when my counterparts did it, it'd be like, oh, he's just passionate about the game.
And it's like those double standards. And I'm the type of person, like, I don't really care to be the villain. Like, you know, if I do something and you see it as negative and then my white counterpart does it and you don't see it as negative, I don't mind being the villain, okay? At the end of the day, it's like knowing who you are. We got to know who we are. We got to know, like, the standards that we can reach.
I would say, I think for the longest time, you might have been a little bit more comfortable in your Blackness. And like for me, I was a little bit insecure at first because I was just like, I don't know. I used to be worried about what people perceive me as because, you know, being the only Black person in this space, I never wanted to be demonized. But then I had to, you know, realize, you know, it doesn't matter. You're going to be authentically who you are. And you shouldn't let other people change that. I
think, like, for me, like, I don't know what it was. I think it's more so not even just being Black, just being more like, I grew up in a house where I didn't really care what people thought about me. And I didn't even realize like the whole, you know, even being uncomfortable with being Black, that was never a thing. But like when I probably say around high school, I start to realize like little things, like the little subliminal things white people would say to me, like
those slick things.
Like the little
I'll never forget when a teacher told me, "Oh, you speak really good for
you
speak really good." Or you have
Me too.
One of the like I think it was cool back then, but now looking back at it, I hated the compliment because the way I associate it with different races in terms of my relationship with women used to be completely different. It'd be like, oh, you smell really good for a Black guy. I could see myself talking to you. And now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, that is actually such a disrespectful thing to say to a man or to a Black guy.
To anyone, yeah.
Like, why would you feel comfortable enough to say that?
Like, and what I realized, do Black people smell like to you? Like, because like this was around the time where, you know, Northside Fight Week was a thing, and it was like what's the girl, Soleil?
Oh my God!
You know that fight?
I remember.
It was around that time, and someone was like,
"That's a core memory."
You're not like the rest. You're not like the rest of the Black people. I'm like, what? What do you mean? And she was like you're not ghetto and you don't fight and stuff. I said, first of all, I don't pick fights. Like, I'm never gonna just put my hands on someone. Yeah. Never, you know. That's for one.
Like, you might have a smart mouth.
I do have a smart mouth, but like, I think it's necessary.
Yeah.
From time to time.
I don't know if you're gonna remember this one, but it was in the back of Dr. Alexander's class in world history in 7th grade. We had our homeroom together going into the first block. I'll never forget it. It was Butch Barton. Let me block out the name. I'm sorry. But it was an old teammate from a Little League team and another Caucasian classmate, not even my friend in hindsight. But I'll never forget it. They made fun of the texture of my hair. Kennedy sat right there, and they're like,
I used to bully him. I did not used to bully him.
She joined in on the festivities of them making fun of me. And I was ashy that day. And I'm like, everybody gets ashy.
I did not. See, Alex remembers things so differently. I do remember Alex being in my class, and I remember like laughing, but not like at Alex. Alex is a funny guy. I did the same thing in Roger's class.
And they made fun of me in Miss Rogers' class. I remember, I'll never forget it one day. You can keep this name, because I'm actually friends with Trey Anthony. Trey Anthony slapped me on my behind. But we played baseball together, so I'm not going to say that was disrespectful. It was very typical. But, you give your teammate a, slap on the back. But he did that one day. I said, bro, stop harassing me. The teacher, apparently there's a law where you have to report somebody to the office. And I got sent to the office. And I said, he's the one doing the harassing. And I got sent to the office. And I go to the office and he said, sir, what's wrong? And I told him, I said, my teacher told me to come up here. And then when I get back to class, she's like, did you tell him? I said, yeah. And then like a week later, she said, you did not tell him.
No, the funniest thing, we had a field trip one day. And we have dress code, and Alex comes in with this like shirt that's like cut, like it's cut all right. You know how you cut the sleeves off?
Oh, it's the blackout game. The black, yeah, I remember that.
But basically, you can see all through his shirt. Like you can see his whole chest.
The white kids used to do it. That, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Double standards.
But like, Kennedy thinks I'm a funny person. And a lot of people tend to say this. They're like, oh my gosh, you're so funny. And I'd be just so serious.
Alex cracks me up on every time we talk. It's always a good laugh. Like, I promise you, I don't know. Alex is just a funny guy. He's a funny dude.
They never.
And maybe before, you think I was laughing at you before, or you think it was just like you were funny? I think maybe it was a little bit both. Maybe
it was a little bit of both. But I'm pulling your leg on the most part. Okay. You might have rewrote history in your head though.
I did not used to bully.
Me and Kennedy did not become friends until junior year of high school. I can say that with full confidence.
No, that's true.
And then we grew in Miss Rogers' class, I think.
Yeah, and then from there it was just like,
Yeah, and then we just kept up because we were the only two I think that went to an HBCU.
And then
Jordan.
Yeah, but like
even me and Jordan grew because of HBCU. I'll never forget it. Me and Jordan friendship I think really flourished during COVID because we played video games together because it's just like we have nobody else to like talk with or hang out with down here. So like we would hop on Warzone. And let me tell you, Jordan, if you ever watched this, you're clean at the game. I'll never say this in person, but you're good at it. You're good at Warzone.
You're saying it.
This is me saying it to him indirectly. I'll never admit this in front of people.
This might as well be directly. This is in front of people that everybody's going to see this. 1,000 million trillion people are going to see this.
Hopefully
and they're going to hear you.
Oh, no.
I was about to say.
I hope a trillion people don't see this.
But yeah, so back to the topic. What would you say the art of growth is? Like, what is the beauty in growth? Like, what is the importance of growth?
I want
to say specifically from like, I don't know if you want to go high school from an HBCU or high school to college or college to adulthood, like whatever you want to do.
The way I would like to categorize it is intellectual humility, being able to overcome the things that you used to be ignorant to, and knowing that everything that you know is not always correct.
That is so real.
That's tea.
That's a good one, Alex. Yeah, no,
that's why it took me a second.
No, that's good. That's good. Okay, that's one.
Open-mindedness. That kind of goes back again. Just being able to change your aspect on a lot of things, your mindset. Because I can't lie to you. Mind over matter, and if you don't mind, it doesn't matter. And that's really how you should go about your life, being able to overcome things mentally. And then last thing, just be a caring person. Whenever you're caring, you care enough about the people around you where you want to grow into that person that you want to become. Knowing that your actions don't just affect you, affect the people around you. Mm-hmm. And that's the big one for me.
Not just caring about people, caring about like what you're doing. Like have passion for the things that you're doing. Like in college, I would say, I do think I grew, but I would say I didn't care about a lot, so nothing really mattered. Now that I care about things, I'm able to put stuff into it and flourish forward. Like
I don't have kids yet. Hopefully not for a minute. I don't even have a wife yet. I don't know why I said that. But
building the family.
I'm building.
Step by step.
Step by step.
Brick by brick.
Even as I'm freshly into this new adulthood, I'm trying to become the man that I hope that my kids will one day respect. And I'm also would like to build a foundation that even, my kids' kids can admire.
Yeah.
And hopefully soon enough we'll be there.
Yeah, well, that's it
That's it.
for growth.
Thank you.
Thank you. Alex will probably be on again. I mean, just hearing him talk today has shown me, just showed me a lot more, and we'll probably collab on something else.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Mardi Gras vlog?
Yeah, nah, really. No, we might be doing it.
I'm already going to be down there.
Why did you do that? I'm Kennedy.
And I'm Megan. I'm Alex.
And this is
The Art of.
Hey! Wait. Hi. Hello, everyone. My name is Kennedy.
And I'm Alex.
And this is
The Art of. Was that enough? I can get.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Check out the next episode.